Hello, welcome to Learn, Do, Become Radio. I'm April Perry, and here at Learn, Do, Become, we help busy families to stop drowning in piles so they can do what matters most. And if you're here today thinking, yes, I don't want to live in piles anymore. I want a calm, clear mind, and I want an environment that just feels organized and clean and uplifting, then you are in the right place. So welcome. Today we're talking about how to create and maintain a self-cleaning house. The house isn't going to be 100% self-cleaning, but I would say that currently I live in what feels like a self-cleaning house, meaning it doesn't feel overwhelming to get it organized and clean and to have it stay clean. And so I've put together 7 steps that I'm just going to walk through fairly briefly to show you the big picture of how literally you can have a home that doesn't require mental bandwidth to maintain it and have it be peaceful and calm and in order. Number 1, when we talk about cleaning our home, first we need to emphasize it's decluttering and then cleaning and maintaining from there. So prioritize decluttering. And I know this might sound like, oh, that's so easy to say, but I promise you, if you follow the steps that I'm going to explain next and do a decluttering and a clean, you're going to feel like everything just became so much easier. The clutter is what's causing the cleaning to take a long time, and it's causing the angst, and it's causing all the emotional frustrations. And so let's put decluttering first. Number 2 is that we need to see decluttering and cleaning our home as a big project. Some people just dive in and start cleaning, but they're also trying to do 100 other things. And so then the cleaning never gets done, and then they feel frustrated and feel like they're just doing way too much. So literally what I want you to do is have your current projects list, 1 to 8 projects for the month that are going to be checked off by the end of the month that you're going to do. And if you can have your organizing, decluttering on there, and I'll show you how to make that super effective, it's going to help you focus. We can't do everything all at the same time, and right now might not be the best time for you to dive in and do your decluttering and cleaning. But typically, if you can look at your year, you can find certain months that have a little bit more buffer bandwidth and think of it like a project. It's going to help you because now you're going to have that focus. You're going to be able to say, hey, I can't do that project because I'm decluttering and organizing right now and getting it all clean. And that's going to help you to be able to feel like you're actually making progress. Number 3, you want to identify the sub-projects for decluttering and cleaning, organizing your home. The reason I say this is because unless you have a really, really tiny house or tiny apartment that all could be cleaned in, 1 to 4 hours, including decluttering, you're going to feel overwhelmed trying to do the whole thing. For example, my house, there's probably, 50 sub-projects, smaller areas where it's a really full closet or a guest area or the garage that probably could equal 3 sub-projects. And so you want to actually write it down, divide up what's each area that would take maybe 1 to 4 hours to declutter and clean. And if you want to watch a video where I go deeper into that and show how to prioritize those, we'll have a link in the description. But I just want you to feel empowered knowing if you can wrap your head around it and make those sub-projects really, really simple and clear, now you don't think I'm going to put, hey, organize the house on your to-do list. You're going to know how to put something very, very specific on the list, and then I'll show you how to get it done. Number 4, now that you have your sub-projects identified, you're going to take just one at a time and put it on your current projects list and then identify what is a step-by-step process that's going to help me to get this done. If you just say, oh, today I'm doing the left side of the garage, that still feels overwhelming because what are you going to do? Just go out and organize? I mean, it starts feeling like it's pretty hard to do. So I love the 3-box method. We have a video about that. We'll have a link in the description. Something where you can start at one point and you can work in a small area. And the 3-box method is essentially where you pick one little spot, you take everything out, some things will go back, and then you have trash or recycle, donate, and put somewhere else, meaning it's belonging like somewhere else in that area or in another area of the home. So what I do is just go into an area, pick a spot, and then I work clockwise in microbursts doing the 3-box method. It's really, really simple. Now you might like that and you might want to try it, or you might have a different way that works for you where you just do dive in for 10 minutes or something else. But what I want to emphasize is if you can now take those sub-projects and really, really focus on them with a predictable method that feels good to you, now when you look at all your other sub-projects, or you look at the big project of, decluttering and cleaning your home, it doesn't feel so hard. You can just see the steps. And so you can use your energy as you have it and as you're prioritizing this and move on. And then you're going to notice it just starts getting done. Number 5 is you want to anticipate the things that are going to stop you. So the 3 that I would suggest are interruptions, distractions, and sentimental items. Let's just take each of these and talk about how you can anticipate that and prepare for them. Let's start with interruptions. Most of the time, once you get in there and start doing your decluttering and organizing, something's going to come up. Maybe you'll be interrupted by a text or even something that had been scheduled. Oh, I've got a meeting, I've got something else I've got to go to, or now I'm hungry, or something else happened. So interruptions are really normal, but what you need is a bookmark for that project. The reason I'm so passionate about teaching the Command Central and what we talk about here at Learn to Become is because it helped me learn how to put bookmarks into some of these bigger activities. When I say bookmark, that essentially means you can stop where you are, and when it's time to pick up again, you can jump right back in and you won't forget what you were doing, or you won't forget to come back at all. The way that happens is you create a current projects list that we've talked about, where you have that room or space listed, and then you have next actions identified. So let's say I'm in the middle of cleaning my closet, okay? And I'm decluttering and I'm putting a whole bunch of stuff away, and then I get interrupted and I have to leave. I'm going to say, okay, this closet is on my current projects list. And then as I'm leaving, I think, well, what's my next action? Oh yeah, I was just going to go through those shoes, pick a few that I'm going to donate because I don't wear all of them. That's my next action. That would go on your next actions list in the home category. That way the interruption doesn't feel like that big of a deal because you're going to come right back. When it comes to distractions, this is super normal, and I'm not going to go into all the ways that we can get distracted, but the key to prepare for those is to work in microbursts. We talked a lot about that here on the channel, but it essentially means you have 10 minutes that you just dive in and focus on something, because typically you can last at least 10 minutes to go get something done. So for example, my closet that I am organizing does need a little bit of care right now. And if I try to attack all of it at once, it's probably gonna take me an hour or more. But if I say, okay, what can I do in 10 minutes? I actually have some boxes of things I got for my birthday that I need to kind of process, put where they belong, write some thank you notes, things like that. So I could just take 10 minutes working with those boxes. That way it's okay if I get distracted because I accomplished a 10-minute microburst. So I want you to try that as well. And that last thing that might stop you, at least that I'm going to cover today, are the sentimental items. And I completely understand. I think that's probably one of the main reasons why decluttering and organizing takes a lot of bandwidth, is because you really do need to think through things where, oh, do I want to keep this item? Is a photo sufficient? Should I gift this to someone else? Does this belong in my space? What should I do with it? We have a whole video about sentimental items and what to do if you're feeling stuck, so we'll link that in the description. But I want you to know that there are resources to help you actually think through it and to work through those emotions. So if you can prepare yourself mentally before diving in, you're going to be just set up and it's going to feel great. Number 6 is be consistent. It took probably years and years for your home to get where it is right now, right? And so when I look at how I was raised and how we would just pile things up, and by the time I was 18 and left the house, I had, 18 years worth of clothing and gifts and things. Some of it, had gone away, but I just had a lot of stuff. So if you can give yourself grace and recognize, yeah, it took a long time for it to get to this point. It's going to take some time to get it decluttered, and cleaned up. That's okay. But what's so important is you are now creating this beautiful, clear space where you can, build relationships and live your purpose. And then I'll show you in the next step how you're going to help it actually stay that way. All right, number 7 is that we're going to maintain it with routines. The reason I feel like my house is a self-cleaning house is because our routines are just so automatic and so simple. They just don't require any willpower and the whole family's on board. So yeah, we do some basic cleanup and things like that, but it just feels so effortless. And I want to share a few things about routines that I think will make a difference for you. First is we have a routine of not bringing a lot of things into the house. So we don't do a whole lot of yard sales, shopping, random collecting. If someone says, oh, do you want this? If we don't 100% want it, we don't take it. So learning to just reduce what you bring into your home is going to be amazing because now it's less to accommodate, less to think about, less to move around, bring in and out for holidays, right? All of that. We have some holiday decorations and things, just not so much that we could. Next is doing a quarterly or a monthly sweep of the home where you are pulling out anything that has kind of contributed to the clutter. So I would say in our family, typically once a quarter is good. And I just go throughout the house. I'll work with my teenage son in his room, going through all his stuff too, to figure out what is it that we want to donate or, trash, recycle, or, put somewhere else, give away. And just that exercise, knowing, about once a quarter, we kind of do a big sweep and usually donate, good trunk load of stuff. And that is such a nice thing because then if I see it, 1 month and I know I'm decluttering the next month, I don't have to worry about it because I know it's part of my routine to just pull it out and start with a clean slate. And honestly, having fewer and fewer things and just maintaining it as simply as possible, then you're walking around your house feeling less of that emotional pull towards all those other items. I actually don't even think about myself as like a house cleaner or an organizer. I think of myself as someone who's here to help you get out of the overwhelm. But as I'm teaching systems that include things like current projects lists, and next actions and how to organize these things, sometimes people come to me and say, April, I don't want a system, I just want a clean house. And what I want to emphasize is if you truly want a clean, beautiful space and you want it to feel like a self-cleaning house where it doesn't take your bandwidth and you don't feel like the rest of your life is just going to be spent doing the maintenance, if you have a system that helps you organize your mind and helps you to have step-by-step systems, you're just going to feel so much better and you're going to get the results that you really want. And if today's podcast inspired you and you want to go deeper, please come to our show notes page. We have links to additional resources, our directory, our 3-box method, YouTube videos, everything that's going to help you to be able to move forward to really be able to get the system working. Before I close up, I just want to share a testimonial that came into my email this morning from Summer. And I just got so choked up as I was reading her story because it is amazing. And I will put her before and after photos on the show notes page, so come to that as well. But she has 2 beautiful before and afters. One is of her desk, and then one is of like a little side table that has cubbies and things like that on it. And just the difference is amazing. It's not that it was really that messy. It was just, you could tell there's just a lot going on and it wasn't really ordered. And then here's what she said. I can't believe these photos belong to me. I never thought I would be able to feel that lift that April talks about all the time. I thought it was just a dream, and now I am giddy with excitement to start using my new Command Central, and I'm not even finished. I have an insane amount of pressure on me, 4 special needs children, a business with my husband, and starting another business this month, and too many things on my frazzled brain. Going through the process of the STEP program has given me hope for the first time in decades. Thank you, April. You've been a gift to me and a best friend I've never met. And she said, I wish I could give you a big hug. And Summer, I wish I could give you a big hug right back. This just means so much. And she said, even the sound of your voice grounds me and makes me feel like I can do this. And that just meant a lot to me because you can do this. And I'm so happy you're part of this community here at Learn to Become and that you've built your Command Central and that you're showing up for your family every day. Because this is what I'm noticing is that there are so many of us who are trying to live our purpose and take care of ourselves and take care of our families and be an influence for good and like trying to do all these things. And often it just feels like too much. It feels so overwhelming and it feels like, how do I possibly do this? But when you can create a system that's going to give you that peace of mind and help you to be able to decide what's the highest priority and be able to decide how to use your energy and then keep everything else safe that can't be done at that moment, it's going to make the biggest difference. And yes, it's going to help you to have a clean house, like we talked about today in the podcast. But more importantly, it's going to help you to be able to feel that strength and that purpose and the meaning that each one of us wants to feel in our lives, so that you can really enjoy the people in your life. You can enjoy waking up excited and going to bed content. And you can have that just calm sense of knowing that you're doing the things that truly are most important. And on a very personal level, having my command central in place and having my home organized and not requiring my mental bandwidth gives me the capacity to be able to connect more with God, with my higher power. And whatever your higher power is or how you define that, I hope that as you create your environment, you're doing it in such a way that it's going to enable you to feel more in alignment and more open, perhaps, to impressions or ideas that come to you. Right now, I'm trying to make a lot of decisions, and there are some that are kind of weighing on my shoulders. And there's a lot I just can't talk about on the podcast because it's just very personal. But I just want you to know, behind the scenes, even though like my house is clean and I have systems in place, there's still a lot that I don't know how to do, and there are a lot of things in the future that I can't see. I mean, I guess that's kind of obvious, right? But for example, this morning, I was able to just sit down and have time to journal and to talk to God and to study and read and think and brainstorm and counsel and trying to make some of these decisions. And so I'm sorry, I know this is kind of like this kind of little random ending to the podcast, but I just felt like I needed to share that there's a power beyond our own. And the things that I teach are, clean a house and organize some things and get your lists in order and have a nice desk and, be able to have that mental clarity, which I think is very important. But really, the reason I want to do that is because then it opens us up to the greater power that has more long-lasting impact and helps us to be able to move forward on the things that really we're uniquely called or created to do. So, okay, I think I'll end now. I just wanted to send you a big hug and let you know I appreciate you, and I'm praying for you and cheering for you. And I think as we all do this together, there's some pretty majestic, beautiful work that's taking place in each one of our homes and families and communities. Have a wonderful day, and we're so grateful for you. We'll see you soon at learndobecome.com.